I'm going to break down how I made this Leotrix style dubstep drop. This track is just a future rhythm banger, and it's that style of future rhythm or dubstep that I'm sort of in love with right now. This specific type of delay, glitchy, saw wave, low pass filtery wobble stuff is like, it's different, and it's not being done very much. I feel like whenever I made this song, my aim was to create first just a beautiful like melody chord progression, but also implement a lot of my little cool, neat producer tricks and automations and effects and all the cool stuff that I've learned over the years of making future rhythm. I guess this is inspired by Leotrix's song Dub for Moving On.
And it was a demo I was working on in my old apartment in Sydney, and it sort of evolved. I didn't want it to sound as proud, majestic, kind of like a melancholic, trying to move on from like past relationships that I felt tied to that song over time. It was working this combination of the synths and the drums. The synths, I kind of got them to sound like old hardware synth. I guess I was just trying to make that the focus of the approach, was it still sort of sounded like old production techniques, old sampling, and even in the drums too. I wanted the drums to sound more like hip-hop drums, less than like EDM drums. I had a quarter note sort of sound I added where I made an like operator, and I think like sometimes that's like all I need for a track is like I'll just have like a really nice sample, some operator, FM synthesis, and then just combining that with the drums, and I feel like that's what makes like the formula of a Leotrix tune nowadays, you know? It's nothing complicated. What else could I say about Dub for Moving On? Just, I hope it helps people move on. It helps me move on. That's what it's about. Yeah, W's.
Yeah, so basically to sum it up, it's about moving on. And now you guys probably all know it's the new year. It's 2026. And I think we all need to move on from 2025, because that was a crazy year. For me, at least. But I feel like this is sort of my New Year's resolution song in a way. This track is like obviously inspired. It's like the same style, and I've been obsessed with that song since I first heard it in 2021. So like Leotrix finally releasing it at the very end of 2025. It's like, dude, I've been listening to like I've ripped that tune from like one of his sets just to listen to for myself for like the last 4 years, and now it's finally actually out, and it's different than like the old demo that I used to listen to. But this, I'm just glad that song's finally out. But I feel like I took inspiration from that because I've just been so obsessed with that song that I wanted to make my own that sort of sounds a lot like that. Like I took a lot of inspiration from it, and it's not a bad thing to take inspiration from artists. It's just like, this is a sound that I've found myself able to create, and it's like one of the sounds that gets me moving the most. So it's like, I'm gonna make the music that I want to listen to the most. I don't really care about, I'm not here to make music that's gonna get a appeal to everybody. It's like my main goal is to make what I want to hear. I want to create the stuff that I want to hear the most, because my creative vision is what's most important for me. This is a very good way to start off the year for me, because this song is impressive in my opinion, for myself. Okay, so the layout of the song is very simple. Just the like intro, drop, second half of the drop. I don't think it was necessary for me to add a second drop to this, because it got the point that it needed to get across within the first drop. Usually I do 2 drops in a song, but I feel like the attention spans nowadays too are just really short. It's like, if I wanted to listen to it again, I'd just replay the song. Anyways, so the intro. Harmonic series wavetable, and it's doing automation, and it's following this bass line that I wrote. But what we have going on here is some automation. And go ahead and look at that. And it's pretty simple. Utility, not doing anything. EQ, just low cut. Even though there weren't any low frequencies, I just did that anyways. OTT. And then Infiltrator. This is what's doing the swag. So Devious Machines Infiltrator 2, I used it a lot in the song. It's just like a really cool effects plugin that has like delay and atmosphere, enhancements, filters, modulation, pitch shift, reverb, all this cool stuff. And then I went to this vocal section, I guess. I went to Transform and I found this Jungle is Massive preset, and it kind of just reverbs it out a little. It's kind of like a delay reverb type of thing. And then right here we have this infiltrator doesn't get turned on until the drop. Got another infiltrator. See, this one isn't doing anything the whole time. We could actually just delete that. Just goes to show, like, when I'm working, I like work as I go and I don't organize things very much. But EQ, infiltrator, and then at the very end we just have compression. It's doing essentially nothing, the compression. I don't even know why I have it on there. I probably just was using it at the moment for something, and then that's how it ended up. But so that's the first layer. Second layer, we have basic saw. So basically all it is oh my gosh. Okay. All the basic saw is, I just typed in saw, and it's like the second saw in Ableton. So it's just like the default Ableton instrument saw. And then I have this modulation on the cutoff frequency and a modulation on the pulse width. And that's just to give it some movement. Let's turn off all the post-processing. And then OTT, 3 of them. Infiltrator. Infiltrator is what's giving it some like swag. And then this is the Take the Red Pill preset. So it's in the frequency domain effects, spectral transform, Take the Red Pill. It's just like another preset. It just kind of gives it like a spectral reverb, and it kind of sounds really sick. And then the last layer to this is, and this is pretty crazy. So we have just Vital on the classic fade, which is a default wavetable. So it's just playing a triangle essentially. And then the LFO doing the filter. And then this is what that cool sound is coming from. So on LFO 2, I have it set to the transpose on the pitch, and I have the pitch locked to the root note of the note you're playing, and then a fifth above it, so 7 semitones up. And then that just kind of like gives it that like you'll hear it. That's what that pitch stuff is coming from. And then Carve EQ. It's not doing much, but it's kind of just shaping it to give it its own unique voice, I guess. OTT, 3 of them. Volcano. And this is giving it like a phasey, flangy, chorusy sound. Volcano 3. They've got some cool presets in there. Infiltrator. Infiltrator is doing a lot of heavy lifting on this one too. So we have the mezzanine preset, in the mechanical section of enhancement. And that's giving it like that weird glitch thing happening. EQ out the lows. Redux, which I believe isn't really doing anything. Oh yeah, it is. So it's just doing like a sweep. I actually don't like that. I'm gonna remove that. Okay, yeah, and then pretty simple. Drums come in. It's very, very simple. So yeah, just like some simple, just ride, clap, little tambourine. And then we have the sidechain going on, obviously, on our sidechain group. Oh, let me show you all the processing on the whole group. So we have fresh air on the synths, just to give it, like, brighten up the high end. And then we have sidechain, or, I mean, we have our sidechain group, Panks, Panks with the air turned up a little, just to give it some more air. Tape stop, that comes in later. Soothe, too, just to kind of... because why not? Endless smile, that comes in later. Endless smile is like right before the drop, where you get that triplet delay thing. That's endless smile right there. It's like a delay. And then we have compactor, which is our sidechain. I actually put this at the end. Compactor is like on the ring mod bullshit. The compactor is really good for sidechaining. I use the RMS setting and then sidechain input, yada yada, and then I sidechain to my kick and my clap. So let's break down this drop. So we have the drums. It's the same as the intro, but then we added a kick and like a little laser thing. Very simple. Now let's break down the sound design. There's a lot of stuff going on in here. So this main sound, we have this is just one of my wavetables. One of my wavetables from my wavetable pack, available in the Gumroad. Advanced harmonics on the unison, 8 unison voices, harmonic stack, unison blend, stereo unison. I kind of turned them down a little bit. Detune range, it's kind of high actually. Yeah, it's very simple, but it's like, this is pretty basic. Like I've showed you guys, this is like, I've made basses like this in like every of my videos, so you guys probably already know how to make stuff like that. And then the sub layered with it. The sub is literally just basic shapes, whatever that shape's called. A little bit of soft clip distortion and ambassador. Just kind of like turns the sub up a little bit. Okay, that's how that came together. And then the sound effects are very, very, very important for this genre, I think. So what I have here, I believe it's a copy. What I did was I copied this overtone sound from earlier. And I basically, yeah, it's the harmonic series. And then I just did like some just infiltrator presets, honestly. After party, just made it sound like that, and I was like, cool, that sounds dope. And then we have this. So that's just that harmonic series wavetable with infiltrator. Passing bands. Without it, yeah. Nice little sound effects. And then this growl, this is how he made it. The growl is one of my wavetables available on Gumroad. Infiltrator, weird choir, kind of like a chorus, and then OTT auto filter is what's giving it that wah wah. 3 more OTTs, utility that makes it mono, another utility that's not doing anything. That's interesting. Yeah, this EQ is also not doing anything. And then one of my laser zaps from my Future Rhythm Volume 3 drum kit, I believe. And then it does this little like cool stutter thing right here. It's just like the note, just spamming it. And then next we have this little transition right here. And this is my favorite part of the song because I completely like enter a different universe by changing the chord progression. But like it kind of resolves back to where it resolves in the other one. So like it's just, I love, this is my favorite melody I've written recently. And just like my favorite thing is the overtone, I mean the harmonic series wavetable. I feel like that background element right there just completely ties the whole song together. Like, and if you're wondering what this is, it's literally just like the intro synths, but I just wrote a new little progression. Yeah. And then, yeah, this is what the bass is. I forgot to tell you about that. So, yeah, I showed you the sub on the other section of the drop, but this is literally just like some 808 from some like random trap drum kit or something. Just like a 808. But it's like kind of a Reese. And I put a filter on it. And then OTT Ambassador. And also, if you guys want to know about like mixing and mastering, I just have an OTT on the master at 17% with 1000% time and then free clip. So pretty much like not doing much on the master. I sort of mix within each like group and track. But pretty much like, oh yeah, also just some simple risers. And then like that little ring sound. Yeah. And then for the intro, I just resampled it and then pitched it up. Yeah. That's like pretty much it. Like as you can see, there's not that much going on. Very simple, straight to the point, synths, drop, synths, effects. Yeah. So I was so in love with these synths that I decided to make a whole nother song with them. Like, I never do this. So I basically like took the same presets that I made, didn't change anything, and I made a whole new song. Yeah, so this is literally just the same exact thing. It's literally everything's the same. I just added one synth right here. Hope this helped. Appreciate you watching.